Greetings, war enthusiasts and history buffs. Today we're delving into one of the most intense battles of World War II, the Battle of Stalingrad. A saga spanning from August 23, 1942 to February 2, 1943. This showdown was more than just a military standoff. It was a brutal dance between two of the world's superpowers, each vying for control of Stalingrad, a city bearing more than just strategic importance. Imagine this. A city named after the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, coveted by the German forces led by Adolf Hitler, mainly for its symbolic value. A city that saw the involvement of over 2 million troops and bore witness to nearly 2 million casualties. This was not just a battle. It was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the lengths nations would go to claim victory. Now that you have a sense of the scale and importance of this battle, let's dive into the nitty-gritty details. The Battle of Stalingrad started with a bang as Germany advanced into southern Russia in the summer of 1942. Intent on capturing Stalingrad, a city of significant industrial and symbolic value, the German forces pushed forward, triggering violent clashes north of the city. The Russian forces, though severely outnumbered and less equipped, put up a fierce resistance, slowing down the German advance. Meanwhile, the Luftwaffe, Germany's air force, seized control of the city's skies. Under the relentless aerial bombardment, Stalingrad was slowly but surely being leveled to the ground. The situation was dire for the Soviets. The city was disintegrating and civilian casualties were mounting at an alarming rate. Yet in the midst of this chaos and destruction, the Soviets clung to a shred of hope. Stalin's order, "Not a step back," echoed in their ears. They were determined to protect their city, their home, at all costs. Despite these obstacles, the Soviets were determined to hold their ground, leading to some of the most intense fighting of the war. The Germans seemed to have the upper hand, but the Soviets weren't about to give up that easily. You see, Joseph Stalin, the man whose name graced the city, gave an order that echoed through the ranks: not a step back. With this mandate, retreat was off the table. The Russians, though initially outnumbered and outgunned, stood their ground. Their resistance was nothing short of heroic, a testament to their unyielding spirit and sheer tenacity. The Soviet situation was dire, yes, but they were not without their strategies. Enter Soviet generals Georgy Zhukov and Alexander Vasilevsky. These two masterminds orchestrated a counteroffensive, a game-changing move that would go down in the annals of history as Operation Uranus. This was no ordinary battle plan, oh no. This was a move of chess-like precision that would encircle nearly 300,000 German and Axis troops within the city's confines. Imagine the scene. The German forces, once the hunters, now the hunted, trapped like rats in the iron jaws of a Soviet trap. And then the Russian winter set in, the infamous relentless cold that even Napoleon had failed to conquer. With supplies dwindling and the icy chill gnawing at their resolve, the Germans were in a world of trouble. With the onset of a brutal Russian winter, the tide began to turn in favor of the Soviets. As the winter wore on, the situation became increasingly dire for the Germans. The unforgiving Russian winter was a formidable enemy in its own right. As the mercury dropped, the German forces faced a new adversary, the relentless cold, which bit through their inadequate clothing and slowed their movements, making them easy targets. The icy wind was a constant whisper of their impending doom. The German forces, already weakened by the intense fighting, were further strained by a severe lack of supplies. Food was scarce, and the weapons, once symbols of their might, were now frozen and unusable. The once invincible German army was now a shadow of its former self, struggling to survive rather than to conquer. Meanwhile, the Soviet forces, hardened by the harsh conditions of their homeland, tightened their siege. They were the winter, unyielding and relentless, closing in on the beleaguered Germans. This was their home, their fight, and they would not back down. Finally, in February 1943, the German forces, beaten and broken, surrendered. The Battle of Stalingrad had ended, but its impact echoed through the halls of history. This was not just a victory for the Soviet Union, it was a significant turning point in World War II. The Battle of Stalingrad was a symbol of Soviet resistance and a pivotal moment in World War II, significantly weakening the German military and setting the stage for the Soviet advance towards Germany. And there you have it, the Battle of Stalingrad, a brutal and decisive conflict that changed the course of history. From the initial German advance to the stubborn Soviet resistance, the strategic turning point with Operation Uranus, and the ultimate surrender of the German forces, this battle was a pivotal moment in World War II. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Battle of Stalingrad, please like this video, subscribe to our channel and check out our other history videos. Thanks for watching.